What's up? I'm Rob. You are watching Man vs. YouTube, the show where I blatantly just rip off all of the huge viral YouTube trends that are happening right now. This week it happens to be Storytime. Storytime videos are getting fucking huge here on YouTube. Rightfully so, because everyone's got some pretty fucked up stories, am I right? I got a bunch of them. But the one that I'm going to share with you today is how I got the job of the rat at Chuck E.Cheese Pizza. If you are unfamiliar with Chuck E.Cheese Pizza, it is a children's entertainment establishment here in the United States, whose primary revenue comes from selling pizza and the use of arcade games. It's run by a whole misfit of weird animals, and the band leader is a rat named Chuck E. Cheese. I was 14 years old. I was living in Florida, where the legal age to work is 16. That just didn't fucking cut it for me, because I'm a real fucking go-getter. But I was broke as fuck, had absolutely no money, and the worst part was I just discovered the miracles of medical marijuana. And my shitty allowance was not affording me the luxuries of buying the good shit. I needed the job fucking stat. But I had an idea. In my teenage obsession with weed, I became the proud purchaser and subscriber of a magazine called High Times. For those of you unfamiliar with High Times magazine, it's pretty much just marijuana porn. It was even better back when weed wasn't as legal as it is today. Check this out. Look at this fucking centerfold, huh? Yeah. But in the back of the magazine, there was always like weird shit that you could order. And I remembered seeing an ad for fake IDs. This was gonna fucking work. You can bet your ass that I scraped together the $12.99 by selling blow pops and fucking airheads to all my friends in school, and I fucking ordered that shit. A week later, they arrived in the mail, and I got 6 blank fake IDs, all which you had to insert all of the text through typewriter. And I know that I'm really fucking dating myself here. So I had this card that I had to place perfectly along the lines of the typewriter and enter in all of my fake information. And then they gave you these like little plastic slips that you would put them in, and with an iron, you would kind of just iron them on and self-laminate them. And presto, you had fucking fake IDs. God bless High Times magazine. When all was said and done, I had an identification card that said I was 16 years old. In actuality, I was just a 14-year-old little fucking asshole. We went everywhere to look for jobs, typical bullshit. You go to the mall, you go to your favorite stores first. We put in applications for everything and anything, and the only people that got back in touch with us were Chuck E. Cheese Pizza. We walked in there as confident as two 16-year-olds could be. We interviewed with Ron, the fucking manager, and we got hired. $4.25 an hour. Woo! $4.25. Yes! Minimum wage. My friend got the shitty position as the restaurant attendant, and I got the fucking dope-ass position as the game room attendant, which meant that I got to fix all of the skee-ball machines and all the basketball machines whenever they broke, and I was the guy that crushed your dreams when you came up to me with 140 tickets when you really needed 150 tickets for that little fucking stupid rubber bouncy ball that you wanted but you really didn't need. That was me. I wouldn't let any of that shit slide. You fucking didn't have enough fucking tickets. You were done. I was a fucking asshole. Well, it was a couple weeks into this super cush job when Ron came over to my little game center console counter and started freaking out, saying that the guy who played Chuck E. Cheese, which is one of the guys who worked in the kitchen, he just didn't fucking show up today. He just wasn't there. There were fucking birthday parties planned. Shit's going down at Chuck E. Cheese, and there's no fucking Chuck E. Cheese. Ron is freaking out. I had no choice, obviously, so I went into the back, I put on the fucking suit, and I went out, and I'll tell you what, I put on quite the Chuck E. Cheese performance that day. I did the hokey pokey, I did the fucking birthday dance, I went above and beyond what I've ever seen a Chuck E. do. I went into the ball pit with the kids, I was playing air hockey with them and skee ball, I was having a fucking time of my life. I gave those kids quite a fucking show. They did not see that shit fucking coming. That dude that fucking played Chucky originally, that motherfucker was out of there. Fired. You don't fucking show up to do Chucky, we'll get this motherfucker to replace you. Boom. Brand new Chucky in town. This guy. I'm pretty sure that I owe all of this to Chuck E.Cheese, because it was in that summer that I think I really honed in my skills as like a performer and a fucking entertainer. However, as fun as it was honestly a fucking nightmare. Kids would go apeshit. It was like Mad Max every time you would go out there because you were fucking Chuck E.Cheese. I was Chuck E.Cheese. I was like the Mickey Mouse of fucking Disneyland. They're jumping on you from the stage, they're pulling your tail, they're trying to yank your gloves off, and it's hot as shit in this fucking thing.
You really made Chucky come alive. You made it look so easy.
Well, all kids love Chucky, so.
It honestly was like, it was terrible. This was like fucking $4.25 an hour fucking slave labor. There was one time, and I feel like super fucking bad about this, but you're wearing this helmet, this mask thing, and there's very limited visibility because you've got these like two little screen kind of eye things that you're like trying to like look out of, and you're crazy. But there was like this little fucking kid that was no more than maybe 2 years old, and he was just barely fucking walking, and like my knee was like just right level with his fucking teeth, and I was just walking, and just like I guess I just fucking popped that kid right in the mouth. He was screaming and there was fucking blood everywhere, and Chucky was the fucking culprit. And if that was you, I'm super sorry. That was a long time ago. I was a different person. But that was the fucking struggle. That was the fucking struggle of trying to pretend to be a 6 foot fucking tall rat. And I'll tell you what, I bought a lot of fucking weed that summer. Working in the goddamn game room of Chuck E. Cheese, high as fuck. I am super proficient at skee ball, air hockey. You do not want to play me in air hockey. And the crane game, unmatched skills at the crane game, this guy right here. But wait, I haven't even told you the greatest part of it all yet. Chuck E. Cheese serves beer, alcoholic beverages, Bud and Bud Light, Florida's favorite beer. So after we closed and it was cleanup time, my friend who was the restaurant attendant, he would take these 2-gallon like cleaning jugs, and he would clean them out really well, hopefully, and he would just fill them up with beer, in which we would then take turns chugging out in the back parking lot or in the bathroom stalls, whichever. It got really fucking messy at times, and the same guy somehow, some way got promoted to like the assistant nighttime manager, which meant that we just closed all the time together, and we would fog out the deep freeze. We would make the most ridiculous fucking pizzas imaginable. Between that and the token scam that we had going on at the time, shit was ideal. And then one day it all came to a crashing halt when I forgot my name tag. I just forgot the name tag. That's it. And according to Ron, I could not start my shift without it. So I asked him if I could just go right back home, which was only a couple blocks away, and pick up my name tag, and he said, absolutely not. The only thing that I could do was purchase a name tag for $12. Now, my shift that day was only to work at the game room between 4 and 7, which really, I was only gonna make $12. So now you're telling me that I have got to work here for free because I forgot my name tag. Sure, Ron. I'm gonna go in my car. I think I got the money. I'll just go get that, and I'll come right back in here, and I'll just, fuck you, Ron. Fuck you. I got in my car, and I dipped. Fuck that. I don't know where you are today, but here I am, wherever the fuck that is. In total, I worked there for about a year, which was pretty good considering that I wasn't even supposed to legally work there at all. My next job was at Blockbuster Video, which you had to be 16 to work there, and part of the application process was you had to take a drug test where you had to submit your hair, which definitely did not work for me, but fortunately enough, my older brother was a general manager there, and that motherfucker put his own hair in there for me, and I got the job. That is a completely different story for another time. If you want to hear any more story time stories, let me know about it in the comments below. If you have any other man versus YouTube suggestions, drop them down in the comments below as well. I want to know about your first job. tell me all about it. Any kind of mishaps, craziness that may have taken place, leave that all down there in the comment section below as well. And subscribe. We're like so close to 1 million subscribers, so just hit up that subscribe button, like up this video, and I will see you around here next time. See ya!